The campfire crackles, shadows dance. The warmth of the fire contrasts with the chill of the night, creating an atmosphere ripe for storytelling. The flickering flames cast eerie shapes on the faces of those gathered, each one leaning in, eager to hear the next tale. This is a scene as old as humanity itself, a ritual of sharing and connecting through stories. Stories of horror whispered from one soul to another. These whispers carry the weight of countless generations, each adding their own twist, their own fears. The stories evolve, but the essence remains the same. A way to confront the unknown, to make sense of the inexplicable. This is how humanity has always dealt with fear, by sharing it. By vocalizing our deepest anxieties, we diminish their power over us. The act of storytelling becomes a communal exorcism, a way to purge our minds of the shadows that lurk within. In the digital age, the campfire is Reddit. Here, the glow of the screen replaces the flicker of the flames, and the anonymity of the internet allows for a new kind of storytelling. One where the boundaries between truth and fiction blur and the line between reality and imagination becomes increasingly difficult to discern. The stories, they are legion, from the mundane to the fantastical, from the eerily plausible to the outright bizarre. Each one a thread in the vast tapestry of human experience, each one a reflection of our deepest fears and darkest desires. Reddit, a labyrinth of forums, holds a dark corner dedicated to the macabre. Here users delve into the depths of their imaginations, crafting tales that chill the spine and unsettle the mind. It's a place where the boundaries of reality are constantly tested, and where the line between the possible and the impossible is often blurred. Here users share terrifying tales, each one vying for the title of most disturbing. The competition is fierce, and the stories are crafted with care, each detail meticulously chosen to elicit the maximum amount of fear. It's a digital arena where the stakes are high and the rewards are the gasps and shivers of an unseen audience. These stories, often rooted in the mundane, tap into our deepest fears, leaving us questioning the darkness just beyond our vision. Are these stories true? Fabrications of overactive imaginations? The ambiguity is part of the allure. The not knowing is what keeps us coming back for more. It doesn't matter. The power of these stories lies not in their truth, but in their ability to unsettle, to make us doubt, to remind us that the world is a strange and often terrifying place. They tap into the primal part of our brains, the part that still fears the dark and the unknown. Their power lies in their ability to unsettle, to make us doubt, to remind us that the world is a strange and often terrifying place. Prepare yourself. As we delve deeper into these digital tales, remember that the line between reality and fiction is thin, and sometimes the most terrifying stories are the ones that could be true. We are about to journey into the heart of digital darkness, a place where the shadows of our minds come to life, and where the whispers of the digital campfire echo in the deepest recesses of our souls. Are you ready to face the darkness? The tale of the vanishing hitchhiker is as old as the automobile itself, but on Reddit it takes on a chilling new life. A lone driver traveling a deserted highway encounters a solitary figure seeking a ride. The hitchhiker, often a young woman, provides cryptic warnings or unsettling stories. Then they vanish. The stories share common threads, the feeling of dread that overcomes the driver, the inexplicable disappearance, the chilling realization that something is deeply wrong. This digital folklore reflects our anxieties about trust, isolation, and the fear of the unknown on the open road. Imagine walking alone at night. The streets are deserted, and the only sound you hear is the echo of your own footsteps. The air is thick with an eerie silence, and every shadow seems to move with a life of its own. Streetlights flicker, casting unsettling shadows that dance and twist in the corners of your vision. Each flicker feels like a heartbeat, a reminder of your own vulnerability in the vast, empty night. Then you see him, a tall, gaunt figure, bathed in unnatural light, standing perfectly still. His presence is both magnetic and repulsive, drawing your gaze while every instinct screams to look away. His face is stretched into a grotesque, unwavering grin. It's a smile that doesn't reach his eyes, a smile that feels wrong on a fundamental level. It's as if his face is a mask, hiding something far more sinister beneath. This is the smiling man, a figure that has haunted the nightmares of many, his image seared into the minds of those unfortunate enough to encounter him. Reddit is filled with encounters with this entity. Stories of late-night walks turned into terrifying encounters of people feeling an inexplicable dread as they realize they are not alone. Some describe him as wearing a brightly colored suit, an odd contrast to the darkness around him. The colors seem to mock the fear he instills, making his presence even more jarring. Others see him as a shadowy figure lurking at the edge of their vision, always just out of clear sight but unmistakably there, a constant, unnerving presence that follows them. The common denominator? The smile. That terrifying, unnatural expression that speaks of madness and malice. It's a smile that suggests he knows something you don't, something that will shatter your reality. A terrifying, unnatural expression that speaks of madness and malice. It's a smile that suggests he knows something you don't, something that will shatter your reality. The stories of the smiling man tap into our fear of the uncanny valley, the unsettling feeling we get from something that is almost human but not quite right. It's a primal fear, one that speaks to our deepest instincts. The unsettling feeling we get from something that is almost human but not quite right. It's a primal fear, one that speaks to our deepest instincts. The smiling man embodies this fear, his almost human appearance making him all the more terrifying. His presence suggests that something is deeply wrong with the world, that the boundaries between reality and nightmare are thinner than we think. He is a reminder that madness lurks just beneath the surface, waiting to break through. That madness lurks just beneath the surface. The smiling man is a symbol of that lurking madness, a figure that reminds us of the fragility of our sanity and the thin line between the known and the unknown. Few Reddit stories are as gruesome or enduring as the Russian sleep experiment. This tale, likely fictional, describes a Cold War experiment gone horribly wrong. Soviet scientists, attempting to eliminate sleep in soldiers, trap 5 prisoners in a chamber, promising freedom in exchange for their cooperation. Days turn into weeks. The prisoners descend into madness, their behavior becoming increasingly erratic and violent. When the chamber is finally opened, the scientists are greeted by a scene of unimaginable horror. The Russian sleep experiment, while likely untrue, captures our fear of unchecked scientific ambition and the monstrous potential of human beings pushed to their limits. It is a stark reminder of the horrors that can unfold when we tamper with the natural order. In the darkest corners of Reddit, whispers circulate of a creature known only as the Rake. This horrifying entity, said to resemble a hairless, emaciated humanoid with long, sharp claws, is the stuff of nightmares. It is said to stalk its victims, appearing at their bedsides, its eyes glowing with an unnatural light. The stories of the Rake tap into our primal fear of the unknown, of the creatures that may lurk just beyond our perception. It is a reminder that even in the safety of our homes, we are not truly alone. Section 6, No End House, a Labyrinth of Terror. Imagine a haunted house, but not one confined to a single building. No End House, as the Reddit story goes, is a series of 9 rooms, each more terrifying than the last. Those who dare to enter find themselves trapped in a labyrinth of horror, their sanity slowly chipped away by the horrors they encounter. No End House is a metaphor for the descent into madness, for the ways in which our own minds can become our worst prisons. It is a chilling reminder that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we create ourselves. Section 7, The Expressionless, where humanity ends. What happens when the light of humanity goes out? When the spark that makes us who we are is extinguished, leaving behind only a shell of a person? When a person becomes little more than an empty vessel, devoid of emotion, driven by an unknown purpose. This is not just a loss of feeling, but a complete erasure of what makes us human. This is the terrifying premise behind the Reddit story of the Expressionless. A tale that delves deep into the darkest corners of our psyche, exploring the fear of losing our very essence. These beings, often described as pale figures with vacant eyes and unsettling smiles, move through the world like ghosts, their presence leaving a chill in the air. They're not just eerie, they are a manifestation of our deepest fears. Some believe they are extraterrestrials, others demons. Theories abound, each more frightening than the last. Are they visitors from another world or something far more sinister? But their true nature remains a terrifying mystery. No one knows for sure what they are or where they come from. This uncertainty only adds to the fear they inspire. The Expressionless embody our fear of the unknown and the unsettling thought that something might be replacing our humanity, something cold and unfeeling. They are a stark reminder of what we could become if we lose touch with our emotions and our sense of self. Their presence serves as a chilling reminder that the line between the living and the not living might be thinner than we think. They walk among us, blurring the boundaries between life and death, reality and nightmare. Time seems to stand still in their presence, as if the very fabric of reality is being stretched and twisted. The Expressionless are not bound by the same rules that govern our world. They challenge our perception of reality, making us question what is real and what is illusion. Are they a reflection of our darkest fears, or something far more tangible? As we stand on the precipice of understanding, we are forced to confront the possibility that there are things in this world that defy explanation. The Expressionless are a testament to the unknown, a reminder that there are still mysteries that elude us. In the end, The story of the expressionless is not just a tale of horror, but a reflection of our own fears and uncertainties. It is a story that asks us to look within and confront the darkness that lies in the depths of our own souls. Section 8. The Enigma of the Unknown, Why We Crave Terror. Why do we subject ourselves to these stories? Why do we seek out the darkness, knowing it will leave us feeling unsettled and afraid? Perhaps it is because fear in its purest form reminds us that we are alive. It heightens our senses, makes us aware of our own mortality. The stories on Reddit, while often disturbing, offer us a glimpse into the abyss, a way to confront our fears in a safe, controlled environment. They remind us that the world is a strange and wonderful place, filled with both beauty and terror. Section 9. A final glance over your shoulder. As you finish reading these words, you might find yourself looking over your shoulder, scanning the shadows for any sign of movement. You might hesitate before turning off the lights, your mind replaying the terrifying images from these stories. And that is the power of Reddit's scary stories. They stay with us, lurking in the back of our minds, reminding us that the world is a far stranger and more terrifying place than we might like to admit. Sweet dreams.